Hey guys, it's Byron, your real estate investor next door, and wanted to come back with another video to talk to y'all about how I go about finding deals. So in this video, I'll talk about how I find deals, the whole process, going from the beginning where I start all the way up to actually, getting the deal. So this is how I go about finding deals, guys. This is what I do day in and day out, month in and month out, to produce, in my company, anywhere from, like right now we're around averaging around 70 to 100 plus grand every month. So what I do is, and what I've done in order to build this company, is I reached out. I realized that I was getting properties under contract. But they were not ending up being deals, right? There was a lot of properties that I didn't have anybody that would buy it, right? And I couldn't get anybody to buy these properties. So what I realized is like, hey, look, maybe I'm approaching it wrong. Maybe I need to go find buyers, right? And I kind of stumbled into this idea because I found a buyer. And then next thing you know, I was able to start connecting that buyer to deals. Like the deal started with the buyer because the buyer told me what they were looking for. So I just began to start looking for more buyers, right? And talk to them and ask them what they're looking for. Like, what is it that would be the perfect property for you to, flip or, buy and hold or whatever, right? So that's what I did, right? And that's why I would start. I would start by finding buyers. Not saying that you can't also search for sellers at the same time, but my main thing would be finding buyers. So first step, how I got started was to find buyers, right? Find buyers, and once you find them, figure out their criteria, right? What type of properties they like to buy, the age of the property, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, minimum that they would like, the maximum that they wouldn't want to go beyond, what lot sizes they like, all that good stuff. But you also want to find what area they like to buy in. Some buyers, they only buy in certain areas. But what I like to do is try to get as far outside of the metro as that buyer would buy, right? And that way it just creates less competition, but I still have a buyer in that area. So that's what I like to do. And when I do that, I take that criteria and I go to propstream.com, which is a software that allows you to have access to all the property data in the United States, probably other places. But I go in there, I put in the area that I would like to target. I put in the buyer's criteria into the PropScreen filter as good as I can. And then that generates a list of properties, potential properties. When I look at those properties, I see that every one of these properties would be some that the buyer would be interested in buying, right? Which is a good thing, because before I had a lot of properties that I really didn't have a buyer for. But now with niching down, with targeting down to what the people that I know want, it allowed me to be more niche in my search, right? And then, so I take that list of properties, and now I got to find those properties and properties owner contact information. So I take that list and I upload it into a software called Lead Sherpa. Lead Sherpa does what's called skip traces the list, which it finds all the property owners' potential contact information, right? I found Lead Sherpa to be pretty accurate. Sometimes they're wrong, but they're pretty accurate. 15 cents a skip, but you got to pay for your skip tracing, man. Chris Jefferson always say you got to pay for your skip tracing. Can't cheap out on skip tracing. So put it in Lead Sherpa, and it generates the contact information for those potential property owners. And then I download it out of Lead Sherpa, and then now it's time to actually market to these, to this targeted list that I have, right? So I upload it into Launch Control, which is my texting platform. I have a link below. If you're interested in texting people, Launch Control is a good place to start. Hit up the link below. You can go in there and bam, get started texting. And I also use call tools. Call tools is what I use to dial, right? So I'm texting and I'm calling these property owners that are potential deals, and I know if any one of those are interested, if any of these property owners are interested, it's something that my buyers have said, that, hey, look, we're interested in that type of properties, right? Every now and then you may get something within the mix that may have been labeled a certain way that's not what it was labeled to be. But for the most part, if you niche down the list what your buyers want, for the most part, those properties that they want, are in there, right? So now, as soon as somebody's interested, I already know that I got a buyer that's waiting in the wings that would be interested in making an offer, right? So when somebody's interested, bam, I see that property come up, I qualify that lead, by asking them, about the repairs, does property need major repairs, has it been updated, all of that good stuff, asking them if they had a timeline of sale, they got tenants, all that stuff, and asking about their motivation to sell, is there any particular reason they're looking to sell the property? You know what I'm saying? And then asking them, hey, look, if this all worked out the way you would like it to work out, what would you be looking to walk away with as far as, purchase price or whatever. So get that out of them, and when I get that price, then I can take it to my buyer and present it, to them, the whole situation, and then present it at a higher price. You know what I'm saying? And then let that buyer determine, say, yes, I would like to, I'd be interested in that, or no, I would not be interested in that. And if they're interested, it will move forward. They're not interested, and I can go back to the seller and say, nah, wouldn't be interested at that price, but at this price, we probably would be interested. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I do it. And then if I get to sell at the right price, I'm able to send over an official offer, bam. And then I let the buyer know, hey, look, this at this price, we're good. The buyer says yes. That's when I send over the seller offer, when the buyer says yes. But then once the seller is getting ready to sign, I also send a buyer over either an assignment contract or another purchase sales agreement. Same one that I send over to the seller, but the buyer's purchase price is going to be higher. So that's what I do, man. That's how I get deals. That's how I go about getting deals. I find buyers. I niche to find what they want, right? I text and I call people. And then I just continue to recycle those people and continue to follow up with those people. And I make offers based off what the buyers would be interested in buying the property at. So that's what I do, man. That's what we do. And I just want to bring y'all that video to let y'all know how I'm finding deals right now, right? If you got any more questions, you can hit me up on IG. There's plenty of videos on my YouTube. You can go check it out. Over 100 videos. And yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all always supporting me, man. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, like my videos or whatever. Thanks for all the love and support. And until next time, peace out.